Well, hopefully 1 week from today, we'll be out here pouring concrete. But we've got a lot of work in front of us. I'm over here in the guest wing right now. We need to lay heat tube out so that we can have that embedded in the concrete. In the bathroom, we will block out an area for the shower because we'll want to actually slope that floor with regular concrete so that it drains. We're also blocking off where the toilet's going to go so that we have a place to drill down and put the toilet flange. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Just laying tube. We're going to get the manifolds set up and then we'll be off to the races. Chris is over here putting together a manifold. Other manifolds I've always bought they came pre-assembled. This one comes in pieces, lots of pieces. So it's a jigsaw puzzle. It'll actually end up looking like that when it's done. I do like these though because they have an air weep process as well as thermostats on both the inlet and the outlet, so you know what the temperature of your water is. Welcome back to Building at the Woods. We're a multi-generational family building 2 homesteads in western Michigan. We call our homestead project the Hazelwood Build, and the kids' homestead the Wildwood Build. We both take an empty land and are building homes from the ground up, doing most of the work ourselves and helping each other as we go. If you're interested in the DIY way of life, you're in the right place. In this episode, we're laying pipe on the subfloor in our house that will carry hot water that in turn will radiate up and heat the house. We love in-floor heat, especially on a cold winter day when you come in from outside. Warm floors mean warm feet, and that makes you feel warm all over. Karen's here in the bathroom. She's putting some plywood against the back wall of the shower. It's just spare plywood that we had. We ordered a little bit too much. So we're going to burn it up here. And the idea here is that if we add a little bit more mass to this wall, it just reduces the sound transfer from this bathroom out to the great room.
Yeah, we don't want to hear anybody's business out in the living room.
Well, Krista and I got started in the guest wing. I was down on the floor putting in Talon clips about every 3 feet, and she was helping keep the pipe straight and non-twisty. That's a really big help. The process is pretty simple. You start at the manifold. You typically go out underneath your windows and door areas, and then back and forth, laying the pipe anywhere from 6 inches to a foot apart. As you come to the end of each spool, you head back to the manifold, and then you start a new loop. Well, that almost did the entire room. Got a little bit here. We got the bathroom to do, this little entryway to do, closet. That's it. I bet we don't use more than a half a roll for that though. It's ideal to have each one of the loops be relatively the same length. That way the heat is evenly distributed. However, if you do end up with a shorter length, you can use the adjusting valves on the manifold to balance out the heat between the various loops. The pipe we're using comes in 300-foot spools. You can get 300s, you can get 100s, you can get 1000s. If you buy the 1000s, you typically cut that into 333 foot lengths. You typically want to be around 300 foot in your length. So buying the 300 foot spools just makes it easy. It's easier to handle. Not quite as cheap as if you buy the 1000-foot spools. But yeah, for our purpose, we're just going with 300s. After completing the guest bedroom, we went ahead and started over on the master suite. We're going to do the master bedroom and then head over into the master bath area. Let the record show that the daughter was willing to subjugate herself to the hard work, being down on her knees. know my daughter is much too fine and refined for that. She must not do that kind of manual labor work. Those dainty fingers must never touch a hammer.
Oh, Dad, things you say. Were there any squeakers in this room?
Oh yeah.
And we didn't. Are you wanting to screw it down?
Sure, go ahead.
Concrete less than the effect of this. Will you get into with the concrete?
Do we need to screw them?
I don't know. Well, we're getting ready to do this main section of the house, the tubing. This is the only tubing that we have left. And so we gotta get things out of here. The scaffold's gotta come down. All the tools need to move to the garage. So that's what we're working on. First thing out of the gate this morning. Would you be willing to nail?
Yeah.
Karen, you want these knee pads? I'm thinking that if there's 3 of us available, I should probably go start working on the other manifolds, trying to get them pressurized.
Yes.
Okay.
1 hour.
I don't know, we might not do it right.
It's so hard to do.
There you go.
I was not thinking I would be doing hard work today. You know, it was easy to judge that, like, oh, it's not straight.
Okay, so that's a little bit far. That's far. It's not so much that I'm worried about the pipe moving left and right. I'm worried about the pipe rising vertically because it has air in it. When it's submerged in some watery solution.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotta make 200. High.
Oh, okay. 200.
Well, we're hard at work today laying pipe. I called yesterday to find out when I could get an inspection this week. I was hoping Friday, maybe Thursday. They said, oh no, we only do inspections on Wednesday. Oh no, that's a problem because my pour is scheduled for Monday. So I need that inspection done before then. Well, today is Tuesday and we are laying pipe just to try to make that inspection tomorrow. I'm hoping he comes late in the day because once the pipe is laid, I still need to hook it up to manifolds, pressure test it, make sure that I'm really ready. We're down to the last loop here in the great room, and that's the last loop because I've got 2 in the guest bedroom, 3 in the master bedroom, 2 up in the balcony, and 5 down here on the main level. We think we have enough pipe. It's going to be close. With the pipe all laid and secured to the floor, the next step of the process is to attach the pipes to the manifolds and pressure test them. We start by mounting the manifold to 2x4 bracing using some lag screws. And then we begin cutting pipes to length and start attaching them using the compression fittings that come with the manifold system. There are also some special pipe supports that support the curve of the pipe as it transitions from the floor level into that vertical riser. These supports are there to help make sure that the pipe doesn't kink in that transition. Better to cut these just a little long, just a little short. They seem to hold air pressure better if they're just kind of being forced up into that orifice. These are a compression fitting. That works pretty good.
And you have to know which one is going out and which one's coming
Yeah,
back in.
yes. There's a matching set, you know.
Yeah. Does it matter which one goes in and which one goes out? Or does it just have to be a matching?
No, it just has to be a match. Yeah, you might actually have a preference on which one is receiving hot and which one you want bringing back cold. So over by the windows, we would want the window part of the pipe to be receiving the hot water
Yes.
sooner than the stuff out in the middle,
Yes.
you know.
Is that why we tend to outline the perimeter of the room before we do the middle of the room?
Not necessarily, but it does seem to work out well that way. So this is what's called a compression fitting. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of see that there's kind of a bowl that's kind of machined down in the bottom of that. Yeah. And this little, I'm not sure exactly what they call it, fits in there. And when this gets pushed up into here, it's also got a kind of a sloped inside to it. And so as it's pushed up, it gets compressed down in there, mm-hmm. and you can see that there's open space here. Well, that actually gets compressed tight.
Gotcha.
And so it's forming a really tight grip in here.
Around the pipe.
Around the pipe, yeah. This thing actually comes out. Yeah, you can see there's O-rings in there and O-rings there. So No, it's the tightness of this,
Oh.
tightening this thing
Okay.
because it's bringing it up.
Gotcha.
There are a lot of places where this thing comes together and can leak air. And you also want air going from your manifold into your pipes. So you have to make sure that these guys are open.
Why open?
So that air can flow through the pipe.
Oh.
And these guys screw. This right here, under normal operation, you open this up just a little bit because as water flows through, this becomes the highest point here in this part of the system. And air accumulates there. And there's a device in here that will allow the air out but not water. So anyway, you want to close that so that air doesn't get out during your test. You want to close that so that air doesn't come out through that section. Tighten this up.
After you open all of the valves, is there ever a time where you would close them?
Sure. So let's say that one part of your floor felt hot to you, and another felt cooler. You could reduce the flow of the section that feels hot, and leave open the flow to the section that leaves cold. So there's a relative, you're changing the amount of relative heat that's being sent.
Even if the one that's cooler isn't hot enough for you?
Well, you're trying to balance them out, and then you add more hot. Now, we need to mount a pressure gauge, which means we need something that will adapt between this size and that size.
Just this work? No.
And I don't know that I even have it. I may have to run to Crocs. What?
Gross.
Well, a quick run down to the hardware store yielded the appropriate parts for getting that connected. I'm pressure testing them to 30 pounds per square inch. The system will actually only run about 15 pounds per square inch. I must say that I've used other brands of manifolds before, and I always had a more difficult time getting them to hold their air without leaking. This one went together super smooth, super easy. I know it's got a bad rap for its name. It's the Vivor brand out of China. Normally I wouldn't have bought them, but my normal supplier, which is Supply House, they were out of the Bluefin brand, and the Caleffi brand was just astronomical in price. And so I was looking around trying to find another source for Bluefin and stumbled on these guys, and they were like half the price. I thought, what can I lose? Well, turned out I think this was the right choice. Well, I called the inspector this morning and he said it was going to be an AM inspection. So I'm sitting out here in the house waiting for him, just doing odds and ends. I did have a small leak on this one manifold. All the rest of them held their pressure through the night. That gives me great confidence that those sections of the house are, totally bulletproof. With the pipe all laid and the system under pressure, I was ready for the mechanical inspector's visit. When he came, it was a quick walkthrough, and I got the prized green sticker that says I passed and am ready to cover the tubing with concrete. Well, I think that's where we're going to leave you for this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.